ZMT Sports back.
Back.
Week number 18. The regular
18.
season is coming to an end. And boy, do we have a good week 17 to talk about.
No, we don't. You do.
I'm sure you're going to rant a little bit. I'm going to rant a little bit, good and bad. And I'm excited. And then we'll talk about Milk Money, Cash Money for the first time joining the 4-0 club in ZMT Bets.
Over 500, baby.
Yes, sir.
Fuck Kevin Coleman.
We should be bought by a company, a sportsbook company, to give out picks because we are plus money.
Oh my God, we're plus money right now.
We are killing it. But other than that, yeah, I'm ready to go in and talk about my JETS Jets.
Never seen Tom so happy about a loss, but
I want to hear your Cowboys too because that was a tough loss.
Great.
Let's get into it.
I will be right back.
Yep.
ZMT Sports, local coverage / favorite teams, and I hate my favorite team every week. I'm a pest. Tom, who wants to start off this week?
I'll let you start.
Of course.
Because you said no, but you said you're going to keep it short and sweet. So I want to see if you're going to stick to your guns or if you're just going to.
No, yeah, I'm going to keep it short.
Let your feelings go and rant because I would love to hear that too.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I will. Let me think about what I'm going to say. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well,
I'll say this. I told you so.
I agree with you, though.
I know you did. And we both said 3 points, but it was just a weird 25-22. But
we literally said 24-21, didn't we? We were a point off.
You said 24-21. I said 27-24, I think. Or maybe you said 27-24 and I said 24.
Yeah, either way, it's still very good. Very good. Yeah, I mean, what else do we expect, right? What else do we expect? Cowboys play a team in a positive record and they lose. This is what happens every single year. This is what happens every time. This is why I'm never happy. This is why I get pissed off whenever you say Super Bowl. Fuck you, Tom.
They still are, but okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess they are. But if they can't beat a team with a positive record, they're not going to get anywhere in the playoffs. They're going to be one and done. I don't generally believe that. I still believe in this team. I think they're way too good to go one and done in playoffs. It's just the chemistry right now. I do not know what is going on with this offense. This offense, point number one, offense is so consistent. You know, they have a good game against a shit team. Beg pardon, it was a shit team in Washington. But, you know, you think that you would elevate it. You think that you would bring it with you into a bigger game, more pressure, a game that has a lot on the line. You're still competing for a number one seed. And it just didn't show up again until the last 5 minutes of the game. Way too late every single time. And this is why everyone talks about Dak and garbage time stats and all this bullshit because, you know, and to be honest here, Dak, I'm not going to say I'm done with Dak. I'm not. I obviously I love Dak, but at the same time, like he just doesn't look right. I don't know what's going on with him. He just does not look like the Dak Prescott work week 1 through 7, Dak Prescott who deserves a contract. And it honestly, as I say every single week, just to try to defend him, it honestly isn't just him. It is everybody on this offense, all these big stars not making plays either. Zeke had a big drop in the game. Tony Pollard had a big drop in the game. Cooper and Lamb are basically non-existent. You're getting locked down by a fucking bench warmer Cardinals defense. And there's another thing. This Cardinals defense was banged up all around. And this Cowboys offense couldn't figure it out. Another team defensively, especially that showed up, played their best game of the year because they had Cowboys on their schedule. This is what happens every single time, but it's also the Cowboys' fault. They beat themselves every single time. And then, you know, defensively, they held their own again. Yeah, you let up 25 points to Kyler run like a bitch kid Murray. I fucking annoying motherfucker he is.
Let me. Can I cut you off?
Go ahead.
I want you to get to this first. And I know it's coming.
The refs, yes, I'm gonna.
Yes,
yeah,
just go after it. This is what I was excited about. I wanted to hear you freak out. Then I'm gonna piss you off. So
why? Because the Cowboys shouldn't have let it get to that part or something.
No. I say your piece.
Well, am I wrong if I'm upset about officiating in the NFL every single time? Because it honestly does affect games 110%, especially another thing. Okay, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. Yes,
be biased. It's okay.
No, I try not to be because I want to be a real fan. And I am a real fan because that's the reason why I hate my own fucking team. But yeah, the Cowboys shouldn't have let it get to that point, obviously, where you have to blame the refs for a certain spot in a certain situation. But the Cowboys make it a 3-point game. Just still 4.5 minutes to go. The Cardinals get the ball. Obviously, they're going to run the 4-minute drill to kill the clock. And the refs miss 3 big calls on that drive alone. 3. Should have been a delay of game on one of them where they got a first down. I think it was 2nd and second and long, and it should have been a delay game. They didn't call it. Kyler Murray ended up running on the outside to get a first down. Another one.
False start, right?
Chase, or no, it was supposed to be a delay of game. The clock hit 0 fucking 10 minutes ago, and then they hiked the ball. It should have been a delay of game, 110%. Another one, Chase Edmonds on a second down, ran out of bounds, and it cost us our last timeout, which leads to the third missed call, which was a big fumble by Chase Edmonds, would have let the offense get another chance to win the game or tie the game at most. And they went ahead, blew the whistle, said he was down already. Didn't even have New York called down, even though last week, I love bringing up the Eagles because they've been handling everything this fucking year. Last week against the fucking Giants, they had a touchdown that was called. I've never seen this before. They had a touchdown that was called on the field. They reversed it after looking in the booth. New York rang in and said, actually, no, it's a touchdown. And they reversed it again. They could do all that, but in a big game like this, for America's team, you can't fucking bring down and say this was a fumble. They didn't even take a chance to look at it. And that's another thing, that the missed call before led to a timeout that would have had to give us a chance to challenge that and look at it. But obviously we had to use a timeout. But that's another thing about the timeouts thing. And that's why Mike McCarthy bugs me a little bit, but it wasn't really just him because the defense called one of the timeouts early in that drive. But there's just so many things that went into it. And yes, refs are a problem. And you should know best. Everyone should know best. But
I agree with you.
The Cowboys this year have been fucked by refs more than anybody. 3 of their 5 losses have come in the hands of a ref. Obviously, I want to say it again, just to be unbiased, it shouldn't have got to those points. But at the same time, with a big game on the line, those refs need to make the right calls, and they do not. They do not. Go ahead.
I agree with you 100%. The refs have a problem. But here's the problem is never that in that moment they make the wrong call sometimes. It's the whole overarching aspect, right? So Chase Edmonds going out of bounds, correct? That should have been out of bounds. But they did ticky-tacky and said his forward progression was stopped, and that's why the clock kept running.
No, they said he was down.
Well, yeah, but they that his forward progression would have kept him in bounds, and he got pushed. That's what supposedly it is. And then before the 2-minute mark, obviously the clock has to keep running unless he willingly went out of bounds on offense. So the second thing, right? They had to use a timeout there. New York would have called down if they called that a fumble. But because it wasn't a turnover, New York before 2 minutes can't buzz down and review a turnover that wasn't called on the field.
But they can call a touchdown that wasn't a touchdown.
Yes, again? Because all touchdown plays are reviewed. All turnovers are reviewed. So unless they call it a turnover, but that pisses you off because then the Cowboys should have had a timeout, but they fucked up the Chase Edmonds call. So then they do the right thing on the fumble, but they couldn't.
All right, let me ask you this.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this.
That's what's fucked up about it.
No, it is fucked up. And let me ask you this real quick. If that was the Bucs or the Packers or the Chiefs.
But legally they can't. They wouldn't have.
Okay.
I know it seems like they would have.
Legally they can't, but would they have done it?
I don't think so. No, I'm not because I'm saying because it would have never gotten to that point. It would have never gotten to that point if they got the Chase Edmonds call right, like you said. No. And then they do the right thing with the fumble, right? Because the Cowboys had no timeouts. It was before 2 minutes. It wasn't called a turnover. If it was called a turnover, they would have fucking buzzed down like this. We got to look at that. We got to make sure it's a clean turnover. But they called it on the field, not. And because it's before 2 minutes and there was no timeouts, you can't legally call it down. It would have been any other team.
Can I talk? You and all people have had one guy ruin your fucking life forever. Tom Brady.
Which makes my point more valid, you think?
No, it doesn't.
Right?
No, it doesn't, because this guy literally had the fucking tuck rule created in the middle of a game, a playoff.
Oh, I know. And then on
Oakland.
Sunday, he was freaking out every time there wasn't a call against him. He was walking up to refs,
I'm just
freaking
saying, but
out.
you're saying like legally, and you are right. I'm not saying you aren't,
no.
But you're saying legally,
and you're kind of right with your like they might have done it with other teams, kind of. But you don't know. That's a hypothetical.
The NFL is fucking rigged sometimes. I'm sorry,
but speaking of the crybaby, look at this. This was a delay game. It's probably a little blurry. Look at him. They call a delay game on him. Watch how far Brady goes to the guy who called. He's walking all the way down.
Yeah, look at Robert Saleh. He's like, yeah.
Asking, look at him. Bro, we were all in the crowd just like, bro, that's why you get all the calls, right? Because you scream and yell at the refs like that they're wrong.
Fucking LeBron James
so,
in the NFL.
It's so messed up. But no,
all right, I'm done.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you in everything you said. But the fumble one is the only one where I agree with you that if it was another team and another situation,
they would have looked at it.
They would have looked at it.
And it would have been a lot bigger deal. It would have been a
by
lot
rule. They did the
deal.
right thing, but it becomes amplified because they did the wrong thing before. That's my point. They did the right thing in that situation, but the Cowboys should have had a timeout to review that call anyway, but they fucked up that. And that's what amplifies it. And that's what makes is this big deal. The rest can't get it right consistently, and it causes other things that they do right to be overlooked and then blown up.
Yeah.
That's what's fucked up.
Yes. Well, last point here. That's all I got to say. Am I worried for the playoffs? Should have asked me that. I thought you were going to ask me that.
I was gonna get that.
Go ahead.
On,
you can
no. But no, you already. I was gonna ask you when we went onto our scores, like who you want to play, and are you worried?
Oh, well, we could do that. I'm not going to bring that up now. I was just saying, like, from my point of view, my Cowboy 3 points. But am I worried for the playoffs? I don't know. That is my answer. I don't know. I want to see how they come out this week. I want to see how they play this division rival who I fucking hate and who they should fucking hate as much as possible. Going into the link, this Eagle team thinks they're the hottest shit because they clinched the playoff spot. Obviously they're a playoff team, so people can't say, oh, if they beat the fuck out of the Eagles, they're not going to say, oh, it was the Eagles. You can't say that now. The Eagles have a winning record. The Eagles are a playoff team. So go into Lakeland Financial Field, beat the fuck out of them, sweep the East, and then maybe I'll have some confidence going to playoffs. That's all I got to say. That's it.
I like it.
I gotta say, if the Cowboys fucking blow out the Eagles by 30 points, as they should, because the Eagles are putrid. First of all, they're fucking 7-point favorites in Vegas's mind already, which is crazy in my opinion. A little bit. A playoff matchup in a divisional matchup at fucking 7-point favorites, a lot of points. But Vegas even knows that the Eagles think
are the Cowboys on the road are a full touchdown favorite against another playoff team.
Exactly. Which also proves how bad the Eagles are. But I will let that go. But moving on, unless you have any more questions, Tom, we'll get into questions later. But let's talk about the Jets who fucked over the Cowboys on Sunday because they couldn't fucking run the right play call. I'm not blaming Zach Wilson. I'm blaming fucking Robert Saleh. I don't know what kind of fucking play call that was.
No, it's actually
LaFleur, whatever. LaFleur.
You're right. You blame the coaching staff. There's a blame all around. It's blame all around.
I'm not blaming Zach Wilson 100%. He played a fantastic game on Sunday, and you cannot deny it. And Tom, I think before you even say anything, are you finally, for the third week in a row that I've been asking you, are you finally considering Zach Wilson your QB for the future going ahead? Because I would.
Short word. I'm excited.
Good.
He's finally brought me in because of how much, not anything he's doing, but what he's not doing. He's not turning the ball over.
Yes.
He's not holding onto the ball.
Things you saw weeks.
He's not taking stupid sacks. He's playing good defenses and performing, getting the offense to go. The Jets are the 17th ranked offense in the NFL. Their offense has improved every single week. Zach Wilson has only turned the ball over, I think, once in his last 4 games or 5 games coming back from injury. And he went toe-to-toe with the greatest quarterback of all time and the defending Super Bowl champs, whose defense is no slouch and was pretty healthy on Sunday too.
Yes.
So that's just a fact.
Yes.
I was so impressed. The Jets literally dominated that game. They dominated the defending Super Bowl champs until 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter when their offense stalled a little bit, which is reasonable. It's a rookie quarterback. It's a rookie offensive coordinator. It's one of the best defenses in the league. This is defending Super Bowl champs. They're going to stall a little bit, and Tom Brady made it pay. But as Robert Saleh said, they were a correct communication on the headset from winning that football game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you look at the game tape, if they hand it off to Berrios on the end around, he has a touchdown. It's wide open because the Bucs were just sitting in and going after the QB sneak. But as they said in the post game, they called the play and they forgot to tell Zach, we're handing this off. The play call in the Jets playbook, and they went over this such in detail, and this is why I know it, is if you see an open A gap, you do the QB sneak. You choose to do the QB sneak, right? You're not going to hand it off when you have an open A gap. You're going to get 2 to 3 yards. That's what you take. But what Zach didn't see is 2 veteran defensive linemen leaning in towards the A gap, knowing that they're going to crash it, and he should have handed it off. But the Jets, which is why you said blame Robert Saleh, blame LaFleur, they knew they were going to put a stack box with how well the Jets were running the ball. That's why they did the trick play, the end around, right, in the I formation. Well, I think it was single back formation, and then Berrios coming across. They wanted to hand it off no matter what the look was, and they forgot to tell that to Wilson, and that's why Wilson took the QB sneak.
Correct.
But they were that decision, right? They were that communication. It's a rookie staff. It's a rookie. They're going to learn. But
they're so young.
With the defending champs, like that's what people are forgetting. They're making such a big deal about this 4th and 2, and all these reporters. Zach Wilson's selfish. Zach Wilson this. He wanted to be hero
on their own show. On their own show.
On their own post game. The Jets should fire
Bart Scott's a fucking idiot.
Bart Scott's a stupid motherfucker, and he's a racist, bro. Too. He used to talk about Mark Sanchez being a Mexican all the time, bro. It was so. It's so
that
bad.
That guy's got a job,
and he's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. They're trying to create an agenda. This is why the Jets media and their beat is the worst, even on their own network. They create these agendas that let the other teams in the league and let the national media play into it, and that's why they're looked at as a joke. Like, instead of talking about how Tom Brady, right, the greatest quarterback of all time, the 2 seed in the NFC or the 3 seed in the NFC, needed a last-second touchdown to beat the New York Jets. Instead of talking about that and how Zach Wilson literally did not turn the ball over, they were moving the ball down the field with ease, rookie quarterback with a banged-up offensive line. Okay, Dan Feeney was playing center. Our center's out. Our left tackle got hurt mid-game. Okay, our Michael Carter got hurt. We're without Elijah Moore. Our receivers are Keelan Cole, Braxton Berrios, and fucking DJ Montgomery and Jeff Smith, and we went toe-to-toe. Instead of talking about that, no, we're talking about Zach Wilson being selfish on a 4th and 2 fucking QB sneak. And somehow the Jets, again, because of that, are in the media more than the shit team they share a stadium with. And that's where I'm going to. I'm sorry, Giant fans. I don't give a shit what you say. You cannot pay me to be a Giant fan than a Jet fan going forward to the future. You cannot pay me. Our future, it's like the two teams are going in completely opposite directions. I know that can change because the NFL could change like this. But at this exact moment, we're going toe-to-toe with the defending Super Bowl champions with less of a talented roster, and you're getting blown out in Chicago by Andy Dalton. And having a record low net passing yards in like NFL history or something like that.
Negative yards.
And you're going to sit here and tell me you'd rather be a Giant fan than a Jet fan in this city right now?
It's all culture, brother.
It's all the narrative. It's all the woke nature. It's that not being able to think for yourself. That's what it is.
Tom's Jet segment is always bash the Giant segment. I love it.
Well, lately, no. And it's more not even like just to bash them, but it's also to like just give a perspective that the Jets are actually on the right track. No matter who's out, no matter what guys are stepping in, they're performing. And this defense, the combined starters, right, which includes CJ Mosley, who's like a 6-year veteran, had less combined starts than Tom Brady.
Yeah. It's insane.
This defense is so young. Brandon Echols picked them off before halftime, and the Jets ended up getting 3 out of that. There's just little things that I'm seeing and how hard they're playing that I want them to go into Buffalo this week. I want them to cover the spread. I want them to play them tough. I don't want them to win because I don't want New England to win the division. So, like, of course, the Jets, right? They could spoil a division rival's chance to win a
but
division.
Then it benefits the other one.
But then it benefits the other rival.
That is so Jet-like.
That also needs to win. Like, if the Patriots already had it locked up and the Bills were going for a playoff spot, I'd be like, fucking beat them. Revenge from 2015. But the fact that if they lose and the Patriots beat the Dolphins, the Patriots win the division, I'm like, and I got to hear Mac Jones, the other rookie quarterback that my rookie quarterback is always compared to. It's like, whatever. And that's another thing I'm saying. Everybody's so high on Mac Jones, right? Don't let it slip by that the best rookie quarterback the last 5 weeks has been Zach Wilson.
It has been.
The only difference is Mac Jones has a way better team around him than Zach Wilson does. And that's just a fact.
Isn't Zach Wilson a 3-time rookie of the week?
He is. And to put it in perspective, right? He's played 5 less games than Mac Jones and only has 1,300 less passing yards. So if he just averaged 200 yards a game in those 5 games, they'd be pretty even. Yeah. Passing yard wise. So
right.
You're just a better team. Mac Jones is on a better team. He's more consistent because he's done it for almost 16 games. But when he has his lulls, he has a defense to back him up. Zach Wilson, right, made a mistake, right, got stuffed on 4th and 2. Then his defense let the fucking team go 93 yards with no timeouts. Bill Belichick's not letting that happen. That's not happening with Bill Belichick. And the Patriots win that game. So it's just like simple things like that. But I'm excited for next year, man. This offseason is going to be fun. Zach Wilson is getting me into it. I still think he needs to improve. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a guy like how I'm not going to be as excited as I was going into 2019, Darnold's second year with Adam Gase. But I won't be as excited for the quarterback and like the prospect of the offense and finally having my guy. I'm going to be more excited on the coaching staff, the defense they put around, the guys that want to come and play for Saleh and the culture changing. That's what I'm excited about. And Zach Wilson's obviously a part of that. I think that the way this team is built, Zach Wilson, like Saleh said when he drafted him, we're going to lift you up, bro. You don't need to lift us up. They told Darnold, we need Darnold. Like, Darnold needs to be the savior. Wilson's like, no. We're going to put a team around you, bro. And we're going to lift you up, and you'll get all the credit probably.
Yeah,
but we're going to lift you. We're going to lift you up. And that's what I'm seeing. And that's what I'm just like, Thank God we might have gotten.
I know, was to just piggyback on what you were saying. Like, obviously, Zach Wilson still needs improvement. Obviously, as a rookie, you got a lot to look forward to. There's quarterbacks, and here's the difference between Jets and Giant fans here. If the roles were switched, you're like, what do you mean Zach Wilson needs more time to, he's had a whole year to be productive, blah, blah, blah. But yet in year 3 of Daniel Jones' career, they're still like, give him time. You know how many times I hear Giants fans, especially coming into this year, like, give Daniel Jones time.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones time is year 3.
But I couldn't give Sam Darnold time. Giant fans were like, no, you got to get rid of Darnold. It's not Darnold.
Exactly.
It's year 3. It's whatever.
And it happens with a lot of quarterbacks too.
They always have excuses.
It happens with a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, people still say Kirk Cousins, give him time. What do you mean? Kirk Cousins been in the league for fucking 10 years.
I know.
I'm just saying, like,
oh my God.
Go ahead.
Give Bill Belichick Kirk Cousins 14-2.
I guarantee. Mike Zimmer stinks. I can't wait for him to be on the road this year because honestly, for once in my life, I'm going to admit Kirk Cousins deserves better. He really does. He really does deserve better. A lot of people on that Vikings team deserve better. And it's just
I feel like every loss this year was besides this one, and I think one other, I've been by one possession.
Oh my God, it's disgusting.
The last 2 years they've had like 12 one possession losses.
Yeah, dude, it's just they were literally this year they were what the Atlanta Falcons were last year, basically. Like with the last second giving up leads and all that stuff. That's them.
How sick are the Falcons? The Falcons have like 2 or 3 bad losses. They were in the thick of the playoff race until they lost last week.
I know. Give the fucking Eagles a spot instead. Fucking bullshit. I think we should just transition into, because this is probably the last week. Obviously, this is going to be the last week we're going to be talking about them. But Joe Judge, man, what are you doing? What kind of post interview
fucking quotes from movies? Like, bro, I don't even know. Like,
dude, I got other players on my phone saying they want to come to New York and play. No, they do not.
No. And
I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, but bro, that was probably the worst post interview I've ever seen. And to make
sounded like he was fighting for his job,
and it just made things 10 times worse. Like if I was a fan of the Giants and I heard my head coach say that, I'm worried.
That's why I appreciate Kyle so much as a Giant fan.
He hated it
because he tells you exactly how it is. He tells you these players suck, this roster sucks, this coach sucks, Saquon Barkley sucks, the quarterback needs to go. He says all of that. I respect it. When I talk about the Giants like this, I'm not referring it to Kyle ever, and he knows that.
You're referring it to George. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm referring to Giant fans that are so easy to pull on their 2 magical Super Bowl runs and forget about like the 8 or 9 other years that they have a losing record.
A lot of them.
Like, and that goes like Eli Manning is naturally is a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? But I was with a football fan. My cousin's uncle was a football fan. I was in the suite with him on Sunday, and he goes, "It's like the Eli Manning thing with Giant fans. It's they have 2 Super Bowls, right?" Because I asked him. Let me tell you. Sorry, I digress a little bit. Let me tell you how this conversation came up. I asked him because I saw a Jet fan wearing a Jet jersey with a GOAT Brady hat on. And I was like, I don't know, I was like, yo, could you imagine like doing that? Like, who's your most hated quarterback like from the division like in your lifetime? And he's Randall Cunningham. He hated Randall Cunningham on the Eagles because the Redskins were good back then and it would always screw him over. So then it ended up becoming a conversation. Like I was like, oh, did you ever hate Eli Manning? He's like, no, I never hated Eli because other than 2 years, Giant fans forget how shitty the teams were and how bad Eli Manning was.
Correct.
And that's what like sometimes Giant fans don't comprehend that we're not being biased. Like I'm a Jet fan, so I have a little bias. You're a Cowboy fan when we talk to them, but sometimes like our bias is put aside and you just need to understand that your organization is shit
right now.
And what you did, and here's what I think John Mara falls into. He tries to do the same things he did leading up to his 2 Super Bowls, but he forgets that they were a player 2 away from not even making the playoffs in both seasons.
Exactly.
Like it barely worked then. And then you got hot at the right time. Doesn't mean it's going to work again. Like you're not going to strike lightning in a bottle 3 times.
Yeah.
So you need to really sit down and get the fuck rid of Joe Judge, get rid of Gettleman, get rid of Daniel Jones, strip it down, all the bad contracts, take the dead cap now and get young and just start over.
You got to.
That's my thing.
You got to. No, I agree. I agree with everything you say. Like you said, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible, being a Cowboys fan. And honestly, every week it's you that's reaming these motherfuckers. Every week it's really not
because
me.
I'm getting tired of the narrative.
No, I know. I mean, and you're also the one who shares a stadium with them. You're the one who is the other New York team that doesn't get respect, and obviously I agree with that. But and I think I've been least of a slacker or least of a hater because obviously the last 5 to 6 years the Cowboys have absolutely decimated the Giants every single time they played them. Like literally, I think the Giants won once the last 6 years against the Cowboys. So like obviously I can't be. I'm not a hater. Eagles I'll always fucking hate.
No reason to be.
I always fucking hate. I always hate them, and I'm always gonna not hate either the Washington. What are they gonna be called?
The Admirals.
What the fuck is that?
I was gonna bring that up too.
No, we should bring that up. Washington. It doesn't even sound right. I can't even pronounce that.
I don't know if Boomer Esiason's right. He might just be stirring the pot a little bit. I
think he is right though, because I saw like a pre-hype video of the uniforms and it had like stars on them. So I mean, it makes sense that it'd be Admirals, and they said they weren't going to be named the what was the other option? Senators? No, what was the other option?
The Red Hawks or the Red Tails or something.
Yeah, no, but it was also something like patriotic. What the fuck was the other? I think Senators, it was Senators. Maybe. Yeah, I think it was Senators.
Sentinels, like from the movie.
Sentinels. Yeah, but they said that was not an option. They said it was not going to happen.
I think that what they might be doing, because Dan Snyder's a little dweeb, he might be like having like official people leak and then see the reaction to it.
And then see if they would change it beforehand.
Maybe I don't know. I guess it's probably locked in now.
I mean, they already made the fucking jerseys and helmets and stuff from the pre video. Like they obviously had them all blurred out and stuff like that. And I saw the jersey had the stars on it, like it was like an Admiral. So it probably is going to be that. And I am not going to be calling them that. I will call them the football team. That sounds better than Admirals. I can't be. You said it. Tom, when you texted a group chat, I was laughing my ass off. You're like, "Oh, we're gonna big Sunday night primetime division matchup with the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, and the Washington Admirals." What the fuck is that?
I know. It's the first thing that came to my head was like Al Michaels. Al Michaels going. Dun, 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 dun. Here in Dallas, we have a big division showdown between the Dallas Cowboys and the 9-7 Washington Admirals. Whoa, waiting all day for Sunday.
You got that the money. That was pretty good.
Cowboys and Admirals on Sunday night.
That sounds so bad.
Oh,
Admirals. God. I mean, I guess it is better than football team. I mean, I guess it is. It's better, but I miss the Redskins. I hate all the liberals. They ruined everything. Redskins were a good name.
Redskins was cool. I like their logo too. And
it was sick.
So
like,
cool.
Like literally, fucking. I'm pretty sure they sent out a fucking like a survey out like to actual natives, and they were like, "Are you offended by this?" And they were like, "No, we're not offended by it. It's just the white liberals named Emily that are upset about it." Like, come the fuck on. It's so annoying. Shout out to
It's so funny. It's like that song too, their fight song was so cool. Hail to the Redskins.
And it's just amazing because when me and Justin went there 3 weeks ago for obviously the Cowboys Washington,
everything's like covered up, right?
That and then all these fans are wearing Redskins stuff. They don't give a fuck about like who they offend. They're all wearing Redskins stuff still. Very rarely did you see it was somebody who had Washington football team gear. It was all Redskins stuff. They were
because they're smart, because why are they going to spend money on that stuff when then they're going to change the name again?
Exactly. Right? That too. Like, I would say even when they change the Admirals, you think they're going to actually be buying those? I mean, they might.
If it's official, they might.
If it's official, they might. Yeah, I think there's gonna be still people who hold on to the Redskin name. I mean, I don't.
Are they gonna keep the same colors?
I think so, but it's gonna be. Yeah, I think it is. From what
I don't think of red and yellow when I think of.
I gotta send you the video, but when I saw the leak, it was red and yellow. Like the stars were like yellow. I'm pretty sure that I saw, and it was still red, the jerseys and stuff. But I don't know.
Interesting.
All right, Tom. Score predictions.
I'll run through real quick for you because you have more things to talk about when it comes to the score. Giants football team, the Toilet Bowl, part 3. Give me 17-10 football team. As for the Cowboys.
They cover the spread, okay. Or push the spread, okay.
Push the spread. As for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys win 28-10. I think it's like a defensive battle a little bit, and then the Cowboys open it up.
Okay.
And then for the Jets, I think their offense moves the ball a little bit, but I think their defense is going to have no chance against this pass attack because their pass defense is their weakness. 37-17 Bills.
They cover. You think the Bills cover. All right. I'll save my Cowboys for last. Giants, Washington gives a flying fuck. Who knows if Mike Glennon from or they might pick up a toilet. They might have a fan play quarterback this week. But I think Washington goes out on a limb here. Obviously, they just got knocked out of the playoffs when they didn't really have a chance anyway. But I think Washington takes advantage of the Giants being as putrid they are. Give me the Washington football team, Admiral / Redskins at heart to cover and to beat the Giants. I'm gonna say 24-10. I think they run away with it a little bit. I think the Giants are just that bad. Jets Bills. Gonna go into you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it in like 10 minutes, but I think the Jets compete a little bit. I think the last 5 weeks, they are the most underrated team that is obviously their record is not as, I think they're better as a team than what their record shows. I have to admit that. And I think they competed this a little bit this week. And I think with the Bills, I think it's just history. People say about the Cowboys all the time, like, oh, when the going gets tough and the pressure's on to win something big, they don't perform. And I think that's going to happen here with the Bills a little bit. The Bills are home. Everything is in their favor to win this division this week. Patriots got a lot harder matchup with the Dolphins, harder divisional matchup. So I think the Bills win. I think it's a squeak by. I don't think they blow the Jets out by any means. Give me the Bills to win. I'm gonna say 31-24. Let's have a fun game here. I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna cut you off before you give the Cowboys score.
Go ahead.
This might sound crazy to people, but the Jets are 0-5 in their division. And Mike, what's their record right now?
They are 4-12, right?
What's 12 subtracted by 5?
6-5 against everybody else.
No. 7
and 5 against everybody else.
No. What's 12 minus 5, Mike?
7.
Okay.
No,
and they have how many wins? How many wins?
4.
So they're 4-7, meaning if they converted that 4th and 2 Sunday,
they'd be 5.
They would have been 5-6 against everybody else and 0-5 in their division. Meaning the teams that know the Jets the best, right? Tough divisional matchups. They're not there yet to compete in their division.
Correct.
They are 0-5. But against everybody else in the NFL, people, they're not far away. Continue.
Love that. Cowboys, Eagles, big divisional matchup. Obviously, doesn't matter. Both these teams are in the playoffs, but seeding does matter here. I'm going to be biased for the last time this year because obviously after this week, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to be a pest, and I'm going to be harder on this team than I was all year. And I think that's impossible, but by the way I treat this team. But I'm going to be biased, and I'm going to say I truly believe this Eagles team is garbage. I know it's prime time. I know it's in Lakeland Financial Field. These fans are loud. They're annoying, but I think the Cowboys are just a 10 times better football team. And I think they're going to show that. I think they're going to prove that the Eagles do not belong in the playoffs. Give me the Cowboys to beat the Eagles 35-21. I think that they blow them out. Eagles get a couple garbage touchdowns like they did last time. Give me the same result.
Okay. I like it.
Might bite me in the ass. If the Eagles fucking win this week, I'm going to cry because I hate them so much. But
I like it.
Tom, the hottest segment on the planet without
Yes,
a doubt. ZMT Bets. Let's get into it. Let's get rolling. Let's have another hot week to end off the regular season. You ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
I will be right back.
ZMT Bets back. Milk Money, Cash Money coming up a 4-0 week. Give me
Hotter.
your 3 picks against the spread and your profit again. And your profit.
Hey, we go. Tom messes up. Now that means I'm going to stutter on all my picks, but here we go. First, I am heading with that name on your shirt. Tom, say it with me. J-E-T. Probably had a stink, but I don't give a fuck. Give me the Jets in the divisional matchup. Bills have a lot of pressure at home. Give me the Jets. 0-5 against the division. They'll cover this week. Plus 16 against the Bills. Second, I'm heading to Detroit. Dan Campbell, I love you, man. The Packers are sitting everybody. They got the number 1 seed locked up. Give me Detroit, the most favorite team that everyone loves to hate or loves to love because everyone loves losers, and they are the biggest losers in the NFL. Give me the Lions. They cover plus 3.5 and win against the Packers. They're sitting everybody. Lastly, I'm heading to Vegas. Biggest game of Week 18. Playoff spot is on the line. Chargers, Raiders. Give me the Raiders to cover plus 3 and win this game. They're going to get that playoff spot over the Chargers. Give me the Raiders plus 3 against the Chargers. Running it back. Give me the Jets plus 16 against the Bills. Lions plus 3.5 against the Packers. And the Raiders plus 3 against the Chargers. And for my prop for the week, I'm going to head to Saturday night football game between the divisional matchup, the Cowboys and the Eagles. Micah Parsons out due to COVID. Give me Randy Gregory to step up and be the monster that he is. Give me Randy Gregory to record a sack and take off Jalen Hurts' head against the Eagles. Go ahead, Tom.
I love it. As for me, coming up a 1-3 week, I'm sorry. And even next to my picks that I have written down on this index card, I have ill next to these picks. I'm not confident in these because it's the worst betting week of the year. But I'm starting off. I am heading to Minnesota, okay? And I'm taking the Vikings laying 3.5 and a hook with Kirk Cousins coming back against the Bears. Secondly, I'm headed to Cleveland, Brownie Dog Pound, playing for shit. Case Keenum starting. The Bengals, I don't know if they're starting players or sitting players. I don't care. If you're a playoff team, your backup should be good. Give me the Bengals getting 5 and a hook against Cleveland on the road. And my last pick against the spread, Seattle plays the division tough. They suck against everybody else, but they play their division tough. Getting 7's too much. Arizona sucks at home. Give me the Seahawks +7 at Arizona. Running it back, Vikings and Kirk Cousins laying 3 and a hook at home against the Bears. The Bengals getting 5 and a hook on the road against Cleveland, and the Seahawks getting 7 on the road at Arizona. 2 road dogs and a home favorite. Give me, for my prop bet, Justin Jefferson, anytime touchdown score if Kirk Cousins plays. If he doesn't, Gabriel Davis, anytime touchdown score against the Jets.
Woo! Definitely went over the 2.5 minute mark, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
I think I started recording like 10 seconds late, and then we finished at 2:26.
Oh, we Gucci. It's probably right off right now.
Probably right on the money.
Right on the money.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, but regular season final picks for week 18.
Wow.
And then we
survived another season.
Oh, we are heading to the playoffs. Tom, so we might as well discuss on the podcast real quick, but I'm going to Orlando on Tuesday. Yeah, I didn't tell you. Oh, yeah,
you're going to Universal.
Yeah, I'm going to Universal on Tuesday. The playoffs are on Saturday. I don't get back till Saturday morning. What are we going to do here? Are we going to have an early?
I don't know. We can't miss the first playoff week.
That's what I'm saying. We can't. I can bring my laptop to Universal. I mean, I really don't care.
Yeah, maybe we'll record whenever you're in the hotel.
Yeah, I could just do that.
Figure it out. We'll figure it out. We won't let you hang in the playoffs, people.
All 5 of you. We won't let you hang in.
And the one guy from Germany was still listening. I don't even know why that happened.
Does he actually still listen to us?
I still got that Germany thing. Like one listener from Germany. I don't know.
That's fucking sick.
Maybe he's learning English from us.
Yeah, maybe. Or retardism.
Guten Tag.
Well, Tom, you know how it goes. All 17 weeks, all 18 weeks coming up. We post everything on YouTube, TikTok. Follow us on sports_ZMT on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
And yes, Sister's Ass.
One final year Sister's Ass for the regular season for ZMT Sports. And then next week,
let me, before you end it, for the first time in our podcast history, a playoff team to talk about in our
you're right. You're right. We have the Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys, Giants, Jets. Cowboys finally gonna play. They suck.
How electric would be next year if we did this podcast and there was a Cowboys Jets Super Bowl? We would kill each other.
I don't think this podcast would be alive anymore. To be honest with you. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
I always told myself the first time the Jets made the Super Bowl, it's gonna be against the Cowboys.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awful. Fans would kill themselves. Like,
especially because the majority of America would probably be rooting for the Jets. So somehow we turn into you guys would turn into like Darth Vader. And you'd you'd be like, fuck everybody who wanted the Jets.
And then you guys are gonna sign Sam Darnold off the waiver wire next year, and he's gonna come into the Super Bowl as a backup like Nick Foles did and just beat us. Because he always dominates against the Cowboy. I mean, he only did it one time, but whatever. All right. Tom, nice talking to you. I will see you next week for the playoffs. I have anything else to say before we log off for the day?
Safe trip to Orlando.
Thanks, brother. I will ride the Jurassic Park ride every second of the day for you.
Yes.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you
later.